We are, bam, right there, probably can't read it, Indy Motorsports Ranch. Out here with Chris Peris working. That little guy right there with the bald head and a beard. I mean, that's all you should need to know who that is. He's coming to check out some different style of training and really put more tools in that toolbox. I changed from the R6, this is definitely a very aggressive bike, and went to the NT10 to really work on this whole hand positioning thing, because my biggest holdup is my upper body. And you'll see in some of the video that I got here of me being videoed and recorded and telemetry taken to really show what I'm doing wrong. And again, why I like doing these one-on-ones is because it breaks those parts down to digestible levels. When you do the bigger courses, while they're great and they give you a strong foundation, when you really want to start to hone things in, one-on-one sessions are where you can do it. Yeah, it's a interesting learning process. Definitely getting faster. Definitely. What bike was that? Can you guess if it was an R1 or an Aprilia? It's a tricky one because they sound the same. So just like working with Kai Goddard, one-on-one with the driver, motorcycles have the same benefit where you have a lead follow. And what's interesting with the bikes is they're animated. Chris on here would be completely leaned over and wave me by or tell me to get my head over. And it's a very unique experience. And when you work one-on-one with someone like Chris Peris here, you really start to refine those little skills that you definitely won't get in a bigger school. So if Chris is going to show some of the video that I just did where he was behind me following me through and kind of point out my mistakes.
Fast forward to the part you did it right.
No. We show the mistakes because it helps you all. And I'm not afraid.
So definitely starting to get things going a little bit better. So good job popping up on the brakes. Still see how you still have kind of that bend in the elbow. That's why as you start to move the upper body, it's not really fully driving the upper body down. Almost like, think about as you're dropping your head, we're trying to get weight off laterally. So we sit up on the brakes and then we'll want to lean more this direction. Right now you're bending, but you're bending both elbows. And that's why we see your head stay more centered, is because that puts us down towards the steering head versus forcing us off, right? So like as you tipped in, that elbow just started to bend more on the outside, right? Start bending. And then all of a sudden we kind of get both elbows bent. And that's what kind of stops your body from really getting driven off the side, but you do get it up here.
So that puts me, when I'm doing both arms, it's putting too much on the front end and not so much in the center of the bike.
Just think about where the weight would go, right? If these are the handlebars, boom, we sit up on the brakes. Mm-hmm. If I bend both, I'm going to come right back forward, right? And that's kind of a little bit what's happening. If I sit on the brakes, if I leave that outside arm straight, or as I bend this, that's really what gets the upper body starting to move down, get our weight laterally coming down on what's that foot pace. Sure. Good. Sit up on the brakes. There we go. So much better starting to lead with your head instead of doing it so much with bar pressure. So here, brakes come on. You start moving the upper body. Bike's starting to get there, and we're just pausing. When is our head the lowest?
In the slowest part of the turn.
Corner exit, really, right after the slowest part, right?
Okay.
So as we're going to the throttle, we're running move. We get to whatever our max lean angle is. 100 points of grips, throttle versus lean angle. So the idea is the more you could drop your head as you're opening throttle allows it what's set up. So I like that you started to move it. Where you'll see the body continue to move is as you go to the throttle, you'll start getting that head drop with kind of the throttle opening back up. But definitely draw a line up the center, way more to the inside than what you had been the previous session. Yay!
Small wins,
right? Left's doing really good, right? Normally we'll draw a line straight up that motorcycle, right? Anytime we get everything towards the inside, more weight goes down the foot peg. Bike wants to steer a little bit better. So that's looking significantly better on those lefts. Still a little bit into that right, where you come off and almost like the head stays in some of these transitions. It's like if we have a straightaway and we have time to move our body, get set up, it looked like we were doing a little bit better than when it was like a left that set into a right.
Right. And you tell the head shakes.
Yeah. Right. You feel when it's not right, right? Yeah. So it's like all of a sudden you steer it too quick, you pick your head up, the bike wants to start running wide.
I felt though that I actually got the arm a little, like you said, it steered quicker.
Yeah.
So I had to have done something right. At that point.
Yeah. You're correcting because you sit up on the brakes, you move your body in, it's steering better than it has, so you pick your body up to stop it from steering, right? That's a good problem. It's better than the other way of, man, I hope this turns better. I hope I make it, right? So it's the right approach, right? You get the body in there so well, it steers so well, then, you could either run less lean angle or carry more pace.
Right. It's not just sending it.
Yeah. Good cross seat in one motion. Nice job. There you go. Right. You just see the difference as it moves, starting with a little bit of bar pressure coming down through there. So the head's a little bit in the center. Reset your hand as you're going to pick the throttle up, inside elbow bends. You just watch kind of swap positions. The moment you're able to move your body in there, the bike wants to finish the corner.
Yeah, I ran that show. I was like, oh man, I didn't track out nearly as far, and that's why.
Yeah.
That's fun, just fighting it. The brain's like, go the other way. I'm like, no, bro, go the other way.
So as we come off this apex in 14, I think you're actually going to accelerate here because we want the radius to open up. You want the bike to run wide, and then we'll go back to the brakes, let it slow turn and point because we're trying to make a straightaway between 15 and 16.
Let them lead over so long. I don't ever
it's just
pick up the throttle. It's just maintaining.
Right? And we say lean angle is risk. You're holding risk longer to that corner.
Here's my toes. My toes are dragging. No knees today, just toes.
Toes and elbows.
Yeah, let's get knees.
Right? Every time we get, like, brake light came on just a little bit late. Every time we're late to the brakes, you know, it becomes very difficult to get your body in position. Because now all of a sudden we're moving, we're braking, we're in there too quicker than we want. So your head stays high and the bike doesn't get the signal to steer. Right? Every time that head is in the center of the bike, we're telling it to go straight. So when we get stuck in the brake zones, get a little bit rushed, makes it more difficult for sure. Good. Much more than you're moving into those rights before. And you can see good inside elbow is bent. Outside elbow is just a little bit straighter as you're going to pick the throttle, or bending a little bit more as you go to pick the throttle on. And, you know, almost like you'll see your shoulders kind of rotated almost straight with the motorcycle. The more you straighten that outside shoulder, the more that's going to rotate the chest. And, you know, one, bike steers better, but two, you'll be able to see the exit quicker. If you see the exit quicker, you'll be able to start matching that with throttle and be a little bit more ahead of the bike.
Right. And that's a lap. That's it's a breakdown of one of my laps.
The fireman in a tracksuit. So he came and joined me for this, and I roped him into what are you about to go do?
To a fat guy and a little. Feels good, man.
So he's gonna get to experience Indy. Don't you run away from me. You're gonna get to experience Indy, and then also what it's like to ride with a pro rider and really see what grip's all about.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be interesting.
It'll be fun.
You're good devil and you're bad devil. Just send it. Just send it.
Just be safe.
This is what I had to deal with today. What a day with Chris Peris right here. Teach me, drag me along the track, making me better, faster, safer.
and then telling me to send it here. And Dan the Fireman, guess what he got to do today?
Got to sit on the back with him, go a little bit crazy.
You got to have a little careless whisper.
Safely crazy.
You have to have a little careless whisper, have the beard tickle the back of his neck while he rode.
It was amazing.
But this is an awesome experience. I hope you enjoyed this content and some learning that happened here. And I know I learned a lot. Thank you.
Awesome job.
Yeah. Well, with that, you all have a good one. I'm out.
See ya.